Before we get into today's video, today we are sponsored by the Amazon App Store. This is an app store that can save you guys money. All you need to do is download the App Store from the link in the description and you can start saving yourself some money. You can get up to 20% off on Amazon coins. Now you can then use them Amazon coins to purchase in-game goods with up to 20% off. Now this is a great way to save money. Why not keep that money in your pocket rather than waste it? I mean, the discounts are there. Of course, the lower bundle that you buy, the less discount you have. For instance, you could buy 1,000 Amazon coins worth £10. You can buy it for £9. Then if you start going up, you can buy 5,000 Amazon coins worth £50 for £42.50. And then again, for the 50,000 Amazon coins that are worth 500, you can buy it for 400. So the more you buy, the more discount that you get. So start saving money. The links are in the description and download the Amazon App Store now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69. How to improve my win rate, how to improve your win rate. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are gonna say. A lot of you guys always say it when I make these type of videos is buy an overpowered premium tank and your win rate will increase. Now, that is not entirely true. You can't be a bad player and just go and buy a smasher or an OP tank like a T22 or something like that and expect that your win rate to increase. There is certain things that you guys also as players need to do. Now, this doesn't matter how good of a player you are. You could, I mean, according to your win rate, you could be a 40% player, you could be a 50% player, or even a 60% player. If you guys just change some things that you guys do, you will increase your win rate. As I've said, there is a few things. Yes, it all depends on how good your team is, how bad your team is. Sometimes we are going to get in a match with just useless players that don't know how to play. There's other times that we're going to get into a game where you just can't get damage because of your team is too good. But that is the matchmaking, you know, that's random matchmaking. But if you guys just change certain things that you do, then gradually your win rate will improve. Now, the first thing I will add in improving your win rate is only play tanks that you're comfortable playing in. And what I mean by that is, if you are comfortable playing in a heavy tank, don't go and take the Sheridan like we're watching here, because you're not going to do as well in the Sheridan than you are in, say, something like an IS-4. If you're not comfortable, if you're in a tank that, like the Sheridan, that has no armor, then don't play it. Simply, just don't play it. If you like to go hold down, if you like armor, then of course only play sort of heavy tanks or tanks with armor like the E3 or something like that. But only play tanks that you are comfortable playing in, and just doing that, you will honestly, you will increase your win rate. Also, increasing your win rate is playing in a platoon. Now, what I mean also by that, you can't just jump in a platoon and expect to win. You need to work well together. You need to read each other. You need to see what each other is doing, where you're going. I mean, even say this game here, it looks like his platoon is just gone somewhere else and he's working on his own against the medium tanks. Now, this could be a tactic of theirs. This could be, right, I'm going to go and take out these heavies. You deal with the medium tanks. Now, at this point in the game, it is a 3 versus 5. And it's looking not too good for his team, but he's actually going to come back and they're actually going to play really well. It's a 3 versus 5. Now it's a 3 versus 4. Now it's a 3 versus 3, and his platoon mate is actually still 4 hit points. So playing in a platoon, working well together, talking with each other to see where you want to go. Like, he could be, even if you're on voice together, he could be saying, right, okay, I've got these 2 tanks here, ignore these, go for this tank, for instance. So working well as a platoon is absolutely vital to increase your win rate. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid. Like, don't expose yourself. If you've got no cover or no hit points or anything like that, then don't be greedy. don't be greedy for damage, because yeah, you might get a bit of damage, but you might lose the game in getting that damage. Now, there are some people out there that does prefer damage over win rate. They got to the point where they've got quite high win rate anyway, and they don't mind throwing a game to get an extra bit of damage. Now, what we're going to see here is actually them working quite well together. They're going to ignore the Death Star for now, which yeah, they could ignore this E100 and go for the Death Star, or they could have 2 tanks on one tank, and that is what we're hopefully going to see here with the E100. They're ignoring, or they was about to ignore the Death Star and just go for the same tank. So just make sure you keep doing that. Work well together. Go for the same targets if you can, and then again, gradually your win rate will improve. But as I say about, don't do anything stupid. Like, save your hit points. Like, if you're a light tank, yes, it is your job to go and light up the enemy team, but don't put yourself at risk by doing that. And if you can save your hit points, then save your hit points, because this guy now, he needs his hit points. He's up against 2 massive tanks, and he could do with being a little bit more, having a little bit more hit points. So save your hit points. Don't bleed your hit points. Don't YOLO, because you don't need to YOLO, and just don't waste your hit points. Work well as a team. If you're a decent player, I mean, you can always, if you're in a tank with no armor, and I do say this, people don't like me saying this, but use your teammates as armor. Use your teammates as protection, because hit point sharing is also a must as well. And if your teammate has to take a shot for you to stay alive, then sometimes that is actually needed. And that is something I sometimes do as well. Like, if I know that the player I'm with can actually take a shot and he's a decent player, I will never mind taking a shot for that guy. As long as it keeps us both alive, then we've got more chance of 2 tanks being alive than 1. So hit point sharing, you see it all the time in tournaments. You see it all the time in tournaments that people hit point share. They share hit points. Focus firing as well is a must. If you've got 3 tanks all round this side of the map, and your team is there's 3 tanks here, going for all different tanks is stupid. If there's 3 tanks here and the enemy are firing at all 3 tanks, just ignore the fact that you're getting shot and go for the same target. Because when there's 3 tanks on one, that tank, yes, you might lose hit points, but that tank will be clear very, very quickly. Then the 3 tanks that are left alive against 2 can then focus on another tank. So always hit point share, always focus fire, drive tanks that you're comfortable in driving. And because again, if you don't enjoy driving a tank like that's fast, or if you don't enjoy driving a tank that's just sat at the back that's not fast, something like an E4 or a Jaeger, then you're not really going to do well in that tank. So only drive tanks that you're comfortable with. Work well as a platoon. Not only platooning helps your win rate if you platoon properly, but the game is actually a lot more fun when you're playing it with someone, when you're talking with someone, just for the communicating wise, the being social. It does make the tank, it does make the game a lot more enjoyable. So just adding those few things into your game will improve your win rate. And yes, there is always the drive an OP tank and your win rate will go up, or go SEAL Club and your win rate will go up. Yeah, it will. That possibly will. If you go down to tier 3 or tier 2 and just completely farm, yes, your win rate's going to go up. But one, it's not going to be that enjoyable, because that's where all the new players are. You're going to lose a lot as well, because not only, yeah, you're a good player, but it's mostly new people. So just do those little things. Save your hit points, hit point share, focus fire, play in a platoon if you can. Drive tanks that you're comfortable with. Of course, there is other things that I've done in videos previously, like use tanks that are are supposed to be, the way they're supposed to be used. Like something like an STB, it's supposed to be used on a ridgeline. If you don't do that as well, but I have got videos out there explaining sort of all that. But yeah, just add those things that I've said in the video, and gradually your win rate will improve and you'll improve as a player. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meaty69 and I will catch you all very soon. Bye bye.